Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Vancity Experts Real Estate. I am your host, Clay Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It is Sunday night, December the 15th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. I hope you all had a fabulous weekend. I know that I had a pretty good weekend despite seeing a horrible Canucks game yesterday, but was able to celebrate a nice anniversary, a nice milestone with my lovely wife, Gail. I will talk about that in a second. But more importantly, I want to say hello and welcome to everyone tonight. It's pretty crazy how, I'm just going to adjust the microphone here. Pretty crazy how we are already at December the 15th. Out of all places, and this calendar year, yet another calendar year, is quickly coming to a close. So one more week of shows, then I'm away for a week, and then we'll figure out that New Year's week, and then before we know it, it will be 2025. Thank you for the donation, Lucas. I'll get to that in a second. Moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legends, and we have 4 of them now. Legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Tristyn Tallio, legendary Harry Ma, and legendary Andrew Chang. Pretty cool that we have 4 legends now. That's amazing. Of course, thank you to the legends. Thank you to the Hall of Fame members, and thank you to the franchise members. Thanks for supporting me, and to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from. Whether my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond in the city, Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, or around the world, like John in Singapore, know how much I always appreciate you, and I never, ever take you for granted. So this is how you can get involved in the show tonight. As always, the same thing. You can subscribe to get active in the chat section, get notified by my videos. You can like the video. There are already 30 watching on YouTube, which is great. Another 30 watching on X, which is great. Thanks to all of you, no matter where you're watching from. You can like the fact that we're together, like the fact that Canucks are still they're still a playoff team by points. And I like the fact that we still haven't played our best hockey and we still are a playoff team. That would obviously be the glass half full empty. Glass half full empty, glass half full approach. But I like the fact that we are together at the start of a week, not the end of a week, but I like to say the start of a week, and creating such a wonderful community here on YouTube. You can leave a donation like legendary Lucas Gates just did. You can gift a membership. You can buy your own membership. You can upgrade your own membership. You can use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate. Gates. So let's give some love to legendary Lucas Gates. Thank you for the $2 donation. Choo choo, literally going back to Coquitlam. Yes, I saw the your video. Congratulations, Lucas. Lucas doing another design for the Coquitlam Express, another jersey design for their Autism Acceptance Night on. Actually, I don't want to say the wrong thing. Lucas, is it Autism Acceptance or Autism Awareness? I know there's nuances to each, and I want to make sure I get it right. And Lucas will also be the in-arena host for that day on, I believe it's Sunday, January the 12th, if I have it correct. So congratulations again, Lucas. Well-deserved. Autism Acceptance. Thank you. Acceptance. And wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. You deserve to be rewarded and recognized for your good work. Congratulations. That's awesome. Let me tell you about my weekend, you guys. I went to the game Thursday night. Didn't stream. No, I did stream. What am I talking about? And the Canucks won 4-0, beat Florida, which was awesome. Then Friday night, that was Friday the 13th, right? What did I do Friday night? Oh, we had my brother and his family over, and then Sean's girlfriend, Jacob's girlfriend, and my mom. So full house of 5 plus 7, 14 of us. No, 15 of us. We played, instead of a traditional gift exchange, we actually played some goofy games, those Christmas games that you see on Instagram and TikTok. Jacob organized it, made a nice little PowerPoint and everything, and we had a really, really good time. So that was a really, really good time on Friday night. Then on Saturday, during the day, drove Kayla to work, took it easy. Then Saturday night ran some errands on Saturday. And then Saturday night Jacob and I went to the Boston Bruins game. It was not pretty. And we'll talk about that in a second. But I got to meet Taylor Betts, had a really nice chat with Taylor during the first intermission, took a nice picture too. So Taylor, is wonderful meeting you. Got to meet RNG for the first time, which is with RNG Gaming. I'm not sure if RNG Gaming is here right now, but I got to say hello to RNG Gaming as well. That was pretty cool. Phil from Vancouver, Gord Wright. Saw our friend V, who's been in the chat. I'm not sure if she's in the chat right now, but I got to have a nice chat with V before the game. So yeah, I saw many people. Rosie, no, I saw Rosie on Thursday night. I don't think I saw him Saturday night. So I got to see a lot of people at the game, and it was a wonderful time despite the horrible result. And then today, more errands, and then basically took it easy at home for a lot of the day. Gil and I watched a movie. We watched a movie called Carry On. It's brand new on Netflix. It's about basically a security incident at LAX on Christmas Eve. I'm not sure if I should be watching that the week before I fly myself, but hey, it was a great show. So if you have Netflix, I'm going to recommend that you watch the movie called Carry On. Speaking of carrying on, I want to show you that yesterday was Gil and my 35th dating anniversary. Yes, we started dating on December 14th, 1989. 1989. That was probably before more than half of you were born. So I said, celebrating 35 years with this lovely lady. We started dating on December 14th, 1989. So Gail and I went out to breakfast at Cora. So there's my lovely wife, Gail. There's me in my brand new Vancouver Millionaires hoodie. There's us eating. And there's us back in 1989, 1990 when we first started dating. Look at that beautiful hair. And I'm not talking about Gail. I'm talking about me. Yes, I had the perm with the curls, had the MC hammer lines down the side of my head. But that was us back 35 years ago. 35 years ago. Again, older than probably more than half of you in the chat, in 1989. I think the other thing I posted yesterday, and then I'll get to, thank you, Lucas. I'll get to your donation in a second. Two other things that I posted. Yeah, I got this on Vanbase. I know a lot of people have been asking me. So I got this Vancouver Millionaires hoodie on Vanbase. Got it during their Black Friday sale. Really like the front, but really like the back. I think the back looks really sick. But you can only read the word millionaires when I have the hoodie over my head, which I rarely do. But yeah. There you can see Julian on X said the back goes crazy. Yeah, I do really like the back. I like the front. And then last night we were on the Jumbotron during the game because my friend Dylan, who's in the chat once in a while, he is a cameraman / production guy for our game presentation. So this is kind of funny. I'll show you this. He said, had to get Canuck Clay with his new hoodie on the big screen. So this is me scratching my neck before you put us on. So that's me and Jacob. And you can tell that Dylan's in the production room. And this was just before he put us on, and then we were on, and then he zoomed in right on the V, which is pretty cool. So that was my excitement for the game last night, even though the Canucks did not win. I see I missed a chat from Lucas. Let's recognize that one right here, right now. Legendary Lucas Gates with the $5 donation says, thanks for the ticks for the 28th. Me and a content creator friend of mine are going to enjoy a great game. He considers Seattle as a second home. That is awesome. You're welcome. Yes, Lucas, one of your 2 games as a legend. So thank you for your support as always. And I'm happy that you are going to be able to go to that game. Let's give some love once again to legendary Lucas Gates in the chat. Some funny comments I saw from some of you guys when I was talking about the age, the fact that Gail and I celebrated 35 years. And I wanted to, oh, great. Taylor. Yeah, Clay, it was super fun meeting you and talking to you. I enjoyed my time. Yeah, I know you had a great, you have great personality. I love meeting you. Yep. Hoodie was from Vanbase. You remember the dating anniversary? I don't remember when my wife and I had our first date. That's okay, Viper. That's okay, Viper. It's to each his own for sure. Coach Rob was just out of high school in '89. Skytrain Alfred, thank you. Oh, Carol, you called me yesterday morning. I might have to have surgery. I did not see a missed call from you, but I will find you. Yeah, I don't see a missed call from you, Carol. I will have to find you sometime this week for sure. Thank you, Pastor Dan. Appreciate you. Lou Diamond Phillips from La Bamba. One day after Taylor Swift was born. Ah, good to know. There we go. Taylor Swift was only a day old. Okay, now I know, you guys. Almost a decade before I was even a thought. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm feeling so well. Ryan Mellis, I was 4. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Carol. Cameraman should have put me on. Exactly, Taylor. Should have put you on. You cried yourself to sleep yesterday. I regret that I had not gone to any Canucks game live last season when they were overachieving, unless you live versus the Sharks. No, I won't be there, Raymond. I will not be at the Sharks game on the 23rd. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Helen. November 18th, 1989. Oh, you got me by a month. Very good, Burned. Thank you, Harry. Appreciate that. That makes sense. Lucas, your parents are still dating. You feel old now. You feel old. How do you think I feel? Viper feels old. Viper and I are the same age, I'm pretty sure. Jim Rutherford was the best Canuck last night. Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. I was 2 in 1989. Thank you, J Kid. Yes, and happy belated birthday. J Kid turned 35, I guess, earlier this week. Elfin was not alive yet. Oh, Carol, you're talking to Shannon. And you're gold too. Edwin, you're 50 as well? Well, all these. No, you're not 50. What are you talking about? You're not 50. What are you talking about, Edwin? David was already 8. Wonder where Jaskrin will be. I was 6. Now everyone is talking about you're 37, not 35. I was -10. Thank you, Nation. Thank you, Shannon. So many shows, but we got to meet at UBC last week. Okay. I better get to as I'm going through all those congratulatory messages, a little self-serving there. We've grown to over 120 in the stream, which is awesome. Thank you. My microphone keeps dipping lower. I have to keep my eye on that. Just let me know in the chat if it somehow becomes too quiet. One other thing. Oh, yeah. So today I recorded a video about the new lines at practice. Actually, I should probably put that up in a second as well. And then we'll go in order. We'll talk about the lines of practice. Then I'll quickly recap the Jim Rutherford interview on After Hours last night and the Kiefer Sherwood interview. Then I want to just talk quickly about the 2 games that happened, the most recent games, which is kind of like the point of the poll question and the title of my stream. And then I'll leave a lot of time for questions. And I'm going to give away 5 memberships today as well, because it's the 3rd Sunday of the month. Okay. Let's start with practice today. And it was interesting. It was completely new look lines and D pairings at practice today. Because obviously the Canucks were not, Jeff, I'm sure Rick Tocchet was not happy with how they looked last night. So up front, you had Miller Besser with Garland, and they went to that at the 3rd period last night. You had Pettersson, DeBrusk, and Max Sasson. So Rick Tocchet's really impressed with the way Max Sasson has joined the team. Suter between Sherwood and Heinen, not Bluger, but Suter between Sherwood and Heinen, and then Bluger, Hoglander, and Joshua. So Garland and Joshua split up. Joshua, I get it. He's made a really good a good recovery from a very, very debilitating disease or condition of testicular cancer. But bottom line is he hasn't been producing just yet. On D, also D pairings in a blender. Hughes with Juleson. Not sure how I feel about that. Juleson can hold his own, but often puts himself out of position with trying to go for the big hit. Susie back with Myers. Forbert Freeman as your 3A and Branstrom Desharnais as your 3B. I didn't like the way Branstrom played last night. He's had a bit of a fall from grace, hasn't he? Desharnais can't seem to get out of Tocchet's doghouse. So I think the double F, Forbert and Freeman will likely be the 3rd pairing tomorrow night against Colorado. So that's how the Canucks lined up today. Basically, Garland getting a look with Miller and Besser, Sasson getting a look with PD and DeBrusk. That means Sherwood drops down to the 3rd line. That means Hoglander drops down to the 4th line. That also means that Joshua dropped down to the 4th line as well. Sasson with that promotion. D, going to be really interesting. Juleson can play with Hughes. He's done it before. And then in goal, we remember that Lankinen and Forbert didn't even dress yesterday because of the flu. Forbert was back at practice, but Lankinen was not. So I'm not sure if the plan, if Lankinen's healthy, I still go with him tomorrow night, as Demko continues to find his game. But we'll see. If he's obviously under the weather, then they'll play Demko. Yeah, but if Lankinen's 100%, my guess is they'll play Lankinen. So that's how the Canucks practice today. Then I did a video on that, the new line combinations and deep pairings. Then I did a breakdown video. You guys know I only do breakdown videos when the Canucks win, goal breakdown videos, because not a lot of people like to watch it or relitigate a Canucks loss. But I thought Jim Rutherford had a lot of interesting things to say on After Hours yesterday. So I did a breakdown of that. And he talked about JT Miller, talked about Brock Besser, talked about Kiefer Sherwood, Kevin Lankinen, the Canucks' bad home record, the rush or not rush to make trades. So if you haven't watch my breakdown video, make sure you do that. He had a lot of interesting things to say. Kiefer Sherwood was also on After Hours. I did not do a breakdown video about that, but he talked about, I loved how he talked about his Japanese heritage, talked about his rise to where he is now. Talked about how he's got to continue to create new identities as he progresses through his pro career. And just talked about how he's not trying to set a hit record. He's trying to play very hard and trying to make every opponent have a difficult time. And he's been so good. He's on pace to shatter the league record for hits in a season. We'll see if he actually gets there, but obviously we hope that he doesn't get hurt in doling out so many hits, but it's pretty impressive just what Kiefer Sherwood is doing. All right. Yes, I am at the game tomorrow, Justin, but I'm up in Encore, so I might not be able to get down to see people, but I am at the game tomorrow. So, but I'm not doing a meetup during the first intermission tomorrow because of where I am sitting. Okay. So I want to talk really quickly about the last two games, just the differences in stats and stuff. And then want to go show you a quick look at the standing stats, and then we'll get to all of you. So we start off, and this is really quick. I mean, I'll do this quite quickly because I don't want to spend too much time, but enough that we build a contrast. So tell me, guys, how can the Canucks dominate the defending Stanley Cup champions on Thursday night 4-0? Shots, yeah, you might say, Clay, they didn't dominate. They got outshot, but they dominated on the scoreboard. How's that? And it wasn't like, even though Florida outshot Vancouver 27-19, I didn't feel like Florida controlled like the play. I didn't look up the fancy stats, but I'm not sure. I don't remember Lankinen like going crazy, having to make crazy saves. But we dominated the faceoff circle. Our special teams were perfect. 1 for 1 in the power play, 0 for 2. So 2 for 2 killing penalties. Hits were about even. We had more blocked shots. Just a really, really solid game for the Vancouver Canucks. And then we know that on that night, there are a couple Canucks players that had stand-up performances. It was JT Miller's return to the lineup, and he had 2 assists. You had Bluger with 2 assists, Max Sasson with 2 assists. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Hughes had a great game as well with 2 assists for himself. So that was on Thursday night. But then just 2 nights later, and I don't know, maybe it's because they didn't practice, they do this. They lose by 4 to Boston, a team much lower in the standings. For a while, the score was 4-0 for Boston. And that gave us all the heebie-jeebies, not because it was the exact opposite of the Florida game on Thursday, but we remember that Game 7 on June 15th, 2011, not that I remember the date or anything like that. It was a 4-0 win for Boston over us. Look at the shots in the first period, 16-4. So again, we get outshot by 8, but this one, the faceoffs are close. This one, we lose the special teams. They go 1 for 4. We go 0 for 2. We have more hits, but they have more blocked shots. And you look at the stats, obviously there's not going to be a lot to see here because we only had 1 goal. And it was from Max Sasson. By the way, Max Sasson, I talked about this in my show. I'm really glad that, and not my show, my vlog today. I'm really glad that even though it was his first career NHL goal, which was awesome, he didn't celebrate. He didn't act too crazy because he understood the situation. The Canucks were still down by 4. But yes, Max Sasson, the only goal. And then Pettersson was a -2. Bluger was a -2. DeBrusk was a -2. That doesn't look good. Sherwood still had like a lot of hits, 5 hits. And then on D, yeah, Mark Friedman was a -3. Eric Brandstrom was a -2. Quinn Hughes somehow escaped being even though the Canucks lost by 4. Just not a great night by the Canucks overall. So you look at the standings now. It's getting a little dicey, you guys. We are in 4th. Even when we win our games in hand, we cannot catch Vegas and LA yet. And even, if we win our game in hand, we can't catch Edmonton. So by points percentage, we're fourth, and by points, we're fourth. We're tied with Calgary. They've played 2 more games. So now I do have to look at the wild card standings, and we are the second wild card team, tied with Calgary. But thankfully, we've played 2 more games with them. We are, although we have 3 games in hand on Colorado, so we should be the first wild card spot. But bottom line is, we are a wild card team right now, not leading the Pacific, not second or third, but we are a wild card team. And then when you look at by points percentage, we are in 13th. By points, we are also, no, we're 15th now. Yikes. By goals for per game, we are 12th. Goals against, so it's probably going to be pretty ugly. Where are we? Did I miss it? Oh, not bad. We're 12th. So we're 12th for goals for. No. Sorry, I'm looking the wrong way. Yes. For goals against, we are in 21st. That is not great. So 12th in goals for, 21st in goals against. Power play, we're 10th. Not bad. Penalty kill, we are 15th, right in the middle. And then shots per game, we're probably not near the bottom, right? Yeah, we are 29th. So the stats do not look great, you guys. The stats do not look great. So I ask you, what kind of team are we? I'm going to end the poll right now, and we'll see what you guys had to say. All right. 45% of you say we are indeed a wild card team, exactly where we are. 34% of you said we should finish second or third in the Pacific. 10% of you saying we can win the Pacific. 9% of you saying we're going to miss the playoffs. So 79% of you are saying we're going to come in second, third, or fourth. So a playoff team, just not winning the division. And last thing before I do my mid-show sponsor read, and then I'll get to all of your questions. You know, up until about 2 weeks ago, I was talking about how the Canucks have done remarkably well, given all the circumstances. Demko not starting with the team. Besser missing a month. Hronek now out. Dakota Joshua missing the first 6 weeks. And then Miller out for the last month. So I said, despite all of that, the Canucks, the fact that they're in third, comfortably in third, that's a good thing. But they've stumbled a little bit, right? They've lost 3 of their last 4. If you include Minnesota, they've lost 4 of their last 6. So now they stumbled to a wildcard spot. And you could say, actually, the only guy they're missing is Hronek, because Miller's back now, Besser's back, Joshua's back, Demko's back. So all those guys are back. Now, of course, the defense is what scares me. Surprise, surprise. Because after Hughes, you probably have a third pairing in Myers and Soucy. And then you have like fourth pairing guys in Juleson, Friedman, Desharnais, Forbort, Brandstrom. Like, did any of those 5 guys move the needle for you? Probably not. So look how thin we are. Look how thin we are right now without Philip Hronek. We have a number 1 defenseman, the best defenseman in the league. Then we have 2 guys in Soucy and Myers that can be, 4 or 5 guys. I don't think they're definitely not 2 or 3 guys. They're like 4 or 5. So bottom second pairing or top third pairing. And then you have a bunch of guys that are 6s and 7s. So not great. But yeah, they got 1 more game tomorrow at homestand Colorado. So at least they can go 500 on the homestand. Because St. Louis, they lost in overtime, they can actually finish 3-2-1. They can be 1 game over 500, but they got to win tomorrow. Then 2 quick games away, and then Ottawa, San Jose, and Seattle. I've sold all my tickets for San Jose and Seattle. However, I do have tickets for Ottawa. If you're interested, email me, canuckclay@gmail.com. All right, let me do my mid-show sponsor read. Then I'll give away some memberships, and then I'll get to all of you for about 20 minutes. So as always, we start our mid-show sponsor read by thanking Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. Thank you to my secondary sponsor, Coach Patrick Liu, weight loss coach. You can check him out at coachpatrickliu.com/clay and sign up for a free 5-day workout while you are there. Thank you to Gassy Jet Art, maker of that fine artwork. And thank you to Vessi Footwear, Use the link tinyurl.com/VessieClay and receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessie shoes. Don't forget, you can buy Canuck Clay merch at canuckclay.threadless.com. Thanks to everyone that has done so far. And you can get involved in the show these ways: by subscribing, by liking the video, by leaving a donation like legendary Lucas Gates has done twice. Thank you, Lucas. You can gift a membership, which I'm going to do in a second. You can buy your own membership, upgrade your own membership, use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and you review. Also, shows this week, a bit of a different schedule. We will not be doing Canucks After Dark tomorrow because I'm going to the game and it's a later start. It's a 7:30 start, not 7. So I will do my own show from my office because I won't get home in time for 11. It'll be very tight. So I will do my own show tomorrow from my office at 11, a post-game show. Then we'll do Canucks After Dark on Tuesday, but because that's my short night, no CCC on Tuesday night. So Canucks After Dark on Tuesday, no CCC. Then my own shows Wednesday night and Thursday night, and then I am off for a week. So that is my schedule for this week. Before we get to the second half of the show, I think it's time to give away some memberships. So shout out to Canuck Clay for gifting 5 memberships. So welcome. Wait a sec. Actually, I'll get it this. Welcome to franchise membership. Is it SC or Isai? Martinez, Gary, Aiden, Simon, and Chris Blue. Wait a sec. Yeah, as I read those. So welcome to all 5 of you to franchise membership. I just realized that I never tracked down that 5th membership from last time. I think they only gave out 4, right? Oh, it doesn't matter. So welcome to Isai or SC, Aiden, Simon, Gary, and Chris. Welcome to franchise membership, courtesy of me. And then a couple of things I want to answer real quick before. Yes, there was definitely some booing near the end of the game on Saturday, for sure, Freddie. There was indeed. And then hoy hoy, RMC 93 here. My mom still loves you, buddy. Who's RMC? That's not is that Richmond High 93? Because I was Richmond High 92. Or is RMC stand for something else? Hoy hoy, tell me who you are. Now I'm very curious. You say your mom still loves me. What about you? Welcome, hoy hoy 136. I'm trying to figure out who you are. All right, friends, let's go. 20 minutes or so of your questions and comments. And in particular, you can talk about the games or just talk about what type of team are we, as I call this. Who are the real Canucks? Oh, roller hockey. Yes. RMC. Okay, I got you. Nice to see you. Hey, Harry. What do you think Canucks need to improve on in general? Protecting the guts of the ice, better starts. Do you think moving some pieces could help improve their scoring chances? I think Rick is looking for any answer right now. The Canucks look very, very lethargic. They need a better start. They need better defense. And that includes the forwards, not just the goaltending, not just the defensemen. Are you confident in the bounce back? Obviously they have Makar, they have McKinnon, they have Rantanen. They got some really good players, but they have pretty bad goaltending. So that's always the equalizer. So I do think the Canucks can win tomorrow. What defenseman would you like to see the Canucks target via trade that have term left? If you're talking about not a rental, then to me that's Rasmus Andersson, but Calgary probably won't trade him because they're basically in the same spot as we are in the standings. Love you too. Thank you. I'm trying to picture why your name is Hoy Hoy though. Nice to see you. Sweet home Vancouver. Well, maybe not so sweet. Yes. Welcome back, Irvin. You texted me about seeing Kevin Owens at the Orlando airport, which is pretty cool. I'm sure he was coming back from Saturday night's main event. And do you think he was just grumpy or do you think he was trying to stay in character or a combination of both? Do you think the lack of defensive depth in the Canucks is a holdover legacy from the Benning era? Yeah, we definitely didn't develop our blue line that well. Like Who knows? I'm not saying that it's Rathbone or Brustevich, but really, after Hughes, after Edler moved on, after Tanev moved on, we haven't had really, really good defense. I thought Nate Schmidt would actually do a lot more when we got him, but that didn't work out. So obviously with Hronek, it's been great. He's a legit first pairing or at least high second pairing right shot guy. But after that, it does drop up very quickly. And yes, it did start with Benning for sure. Nucks were so bad. Yeah, Kelly Sutherland, we couldn't even blame him last night. Even though I've seen that tweet going around that's saying Sutherland's responsible. Well, he's not responsible, but he's ref for the last 11 times Sutherland has ref the Canucks they've lost, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, Lucas, this is interesting. Perhaps he hasn't done much to get out of the doghouse, but we're not going to get much for him either. So there's got to be some sort of package of some sort. There we go, the Sutherland curse. At least we're not the Sabres. 10-game losing streak. Wow, that is brutal. If the Canucks continue to perform the way they're playing right now on the stretch, do you see a coaching change? No, I do not expect a coaching change. And I talked about that at length in my Jim Rutherford breakdown video. I think Rutherford really likes Rick Tocchet. He really admires him. So I do not think that the coach is in trouble. Seeing Zadorov play made me miss him a lot. Yeah, they did a quick 2 minutes in, first whistle. They did a quick acknowledgement of Lindholm and Zadorov. They basically said, they're a big part of last year's playoff run. Welcome back, Elias Lindholm and Nikita Zadorov. I want Montour. Is there something toxic? That's one of the rumors going around, Swervin Irvin. Does Sutherland have bias? Maybe. Yes, he did see Owens. I met Simon on Thursday night, which was pretty cool. I got to meet Simon at the game on Thursday night. What did you think of After Hours with Jim? It was great. It was great, Simon. And I'm not sure if you saw it. I did a whole video, a 20-minute video breaking down that interview. BC Beasley. It is BC Beasley's birthday tomorrow. So happy early birthday to BC Beasley. I made this account when I was 12. That's why. Oh, okay. Rasmus should be the target. We had the right guy in the back end, and we were right up there with the 2011 team. Love it. Love it. Love it. I don't buy into the Miller-Patterson drama, but I do wonder if Miller is the reason the PP struggles. The last few weeks, the PP has looked better than yesterday with Miller. It looked terrible again. Yeah, he does demand the puck, and it's him and Hughes playing catch. Do you think the Canucks could possibly make a trade, Desharnais and Hoglander, to improve? Or, yeah, you're not, Harry. Yeah, I have time for the argument that we got to move those guys, but you're not getting a lot for them. That's the tricky thing. That's the tricky thing. No, I'm pretty sure McDonough's gone. The way they present his heel turn, he was living the character a bit. That's fair. That's fair. Oh, yeah, you'll live it. Great. Ryan, a season ticket holder pays X amount of money depending on the seats, and you get the same seat for all 41 home games. It's not first pick. You get the same seat. Ryan, some people try and sell their seats because they simply can't go to all 41 games. Family commitment, travel, whatever it is. So you don't have to sell them. You can give them away. You can have the seats empty. That's kind of a waste. So sometimes I think some people even sell seats to help pay for their season tickets. I'm not like that. I just, but to each his own. Different people have different motivations. But a season ticket holder, you get the same seat for all 41 home games. Oh, yeah, the Benning regime. Yeah, we didn't retool when we should have. We know the story. Trevor Linden wanted to retool, but Jim Benning wanted to retool on the – sorry. Linden was fine for a long standard rebuild, not long, but longer, whereas Benning wanted to retool on the fly. Yeah, I think Sutherland and OJ, that's a good comparable, Justin. Clay, who is Rick Tocchet saying about individual players? I don't know, but you just look at the guys. He could have been talking about PD and DeBrus. He could have been talking about a guy like Hoglander. No, those are three off the top of my head. One man riot if we fire talk. I think, honestly, Canucks Twitter and Reddit are a bunch of know-it-alls. Not all, but there are a lot of know-it-alls on there who just like to, anytime something goes wrong with the team, they're not good at handling adversity. And maybe they think he's too old school, or maybe they don't think he adapts enough. But I think that's a pretty narrow view, if you ask me, considering that he won the Jack Adams last year. Jim will cause fans to have PTSD. I do not think Pettersson's going to get traded. Reddit isn't the best place for Canucks chat. I swear Reddit and X are pretty much one and the same. Yeah, I agree with that, Lucas. Yeah, everyone wishing BCPC a happy birthday. Rick Dollywell tweeted that the Canucks were hit by flu bug. Do you think they played like they're certainly? A lot of guys did not look like they had their full energy. That's fair. Rick Toxic. Hoy Hoy sounds like coming from Cantonese, as I always call something like Little Hoy. Interesting. Canucks clause. I like it. Connor Murphy would be fine. I don't mind him, aside from being a character in Dear Evan Hansen. Why would anyone want Desharnais' contract? Exactly, Prugo. That's a good point. Note that Miller is back. PD doesn't know how to play again. He was horrible last night. Yeah, I want to see them both playing well at the same time. Why haven't they given defenseman Elias Pettersson a look and sent Desharnais down the HL? Yeah, because one part is Desharnais' contract. Isn't he making like how much is Desharnais making? Yeah, $2 million a year. So you're wasting $900,000 by sending him down. Yeah, DPD. Yeah, but DPD plays the left side. I think the Canucks are better on the left side depth than they are on the right side for sure. Do you make an earth-shaking trade from the core? Got to shake up the room. Yes, I've always said you have to give up to get. And it's funny. My brother Jason, who is the first one out of anyone I'd heard to tell me 4 years ago that they're going to move on from Horvat and not Miller, and he was right. He thinks they should trade JT Miller, rumors notwithstanding, just to shake the team up and to reload and get 2 or 3 assets from him. Hey, Jed, nice to see you. Tocchet went to the lotto line for 2 games back when they were in New York last season. So you don't have to pay for tickets. Yeah, well, Ryan, that's probably not the best way to put it. The best way to put it is like my seat. A seat around my area will cost around $2,800 for the year. So 2,800 divided by 40, it's about $70 a game. And then you can either pay it off right out in one shot or pay it in installments. So don't worry about when you pay. Just know that an Upper Bowl seat you can get for cheapest about $2,500. I pay about $2,800. They go all the way up about to $4,000 or $5,000 for Upper Bowl. Lower Bowl can get up to $10,000 depending on where you are sitting. Yeah, Rick Tocchet doesn't take timeouts. That's a good point. Canucks Twitter's too negative. Prices held for the longest time, Freddie, while the Canucks weren't making the playoffs, and then they shot up by about 27% this year. I don't think Tocchet's the issue. Raymond, I choose the moderators based on history, experience, and trust. If the NHL expands again, using the same rule set by Seattle and Vegas, who do you think the hypothetical team selects from us? Well, yeah, it depends on who we protect, but it'll probably be someone like a Bluger or a Hoglander. 5 goals. Thank you for talking. Boston's first 3-round draft picks. Yeah, wasn't DeBrusk one of them? DeBrusk was one of them, right? Did Tocchet do Basant Motors? Why? Everyone who does that commercial for them is hooped. PD is one of the guys Tocchet is calling out. He has 0 points, 2 shots on goal in the last 2 games, and -2 and 36% in the face-off circle. That is not good. Rage baiting. Oh, about the Tocchet? Yes. No. Demko's contract ends at the end of next year. Lankinen ends at the end of this year. So one thing I talked about in my vlog today, my breakdown, is Rutherford, when he said an unequivocal yes. When Scott O asked him, is it a possibility that you have both Lankinen and Demko under contract next year? I've always thought that Lankinen is as good as gone because he's going to cost too much. But Jim Rutherford said that you need to invest money in that position. So you never know. So this isn't the fair, not fair. That's not the right way, but it's not the most accurate question because Lankinen ends after this summer. I try and resign him. I think DPD will be ready for next season for sure. Yeah, I think Jim Rutherford has shown that he's not afraid to make changes, Harry. I don't blame Tocchet. Our Canucks walk-up tickets GST exempt for 2 months. I doubt it. Rick Tocchet left our injury-prone goalie in after 5 goals. I hear what you're saying. I don't know. If this is pride or he doesn't think he wants to save him for later in the game and then he doesn't use them, fangirl. I don't know. Darren and Hoglander would be just part of a package deal with the top draft pick if the Canucks are still in the playoff hunt, or a Besser if they're struggling to make the playoffs. That's fair. Remember, Colorado's future was Duchesne, O'Reilly, Stastny, McKinnon. Then they pivoted and they won the cup. If Arizona gets a team back, they may as well swing for the fences, trade for Matthews from Toronto. Yeah, he's from there. Absolutely. How could someone apply to become a new member of the moderators? You don't really apply, Raymond. I just kind of assign it. I don't need any more right now because the streams aren't so big where I need more. But if, a couple times a year, I will send out or I'll kind of ask people if anyone's interested. So if you're expressing your interest, Raymond, thank you. I'm okay for now though, but I appreciate your interest. What do you think the score will be tomorrow against the Avalanche? 5-2 Canucks. I'm going with it. 5-2 Canucks. And let's say that JT Miller scores. Am I worried that Besser may not resign? That's probably not the best term because if he doesn't resign, I wouldn't I want him to, but I wouldn't be horribly upset because I just have a feeling that the Canucks won't want to commit 8 years to him, maybe 5 or 6, but I'm not sure about 8. I think it's 50-50 bet right now, to be honest with you. Hey, SGA, who's even out there as possibility for D? You hear names like Anderson, Connor Murphy, Marcus Pettersson, but no one that really jumps out at me. St. Louis future was supposed to be Backus Oshie and Eric Johnson, all shipped out before winning the cup. That's true. If we think we can make a run this year, we have to consider moving underperforming Joshua and Hoglander, move UFA Lankinen, or move Demko at the deadline and Desharnais for any cap space. Wow, that's a lot of moves, James, but I love the way you're thinking. I don't believe anything unless it comes from Alvin. That's fair. PD Miller drama is not good for the team. PD is 0 points since Miller's back. Team dynamics is not great right now. Do you see a battle between who stays Canucks next year, Lankinen or Demko? No, I don't. I think they're going to commit to Demko. And I know there's a thought you could trade Lankinen for assets, as James just said, but I think they're going to keep him for insurance for the playoffs at the risk of losing him for nothing. Do you prefer Friedman over Brandstrom? Because Brandstrom has been scratched a few times. I still like Brandstrom's game when he's on, but when he's off, he's pretty bad. So he's kind of high risk, high reward. Will you show face when we do the post-game show? I've never been shy to show this beautiful face, SGA. Pettersson for Yossi. Does that get it done? Do you think that Demko, Lankinen, and tandem could be Long or Schneider? If we keep them both, we have to invest at least 10 million. Or yeah, let's say Lankinen makes 4.5. Yeah, it's close to 10 million. It might be worth it. Boston had picks 13, 14, 15, 2 nobodies, and Jake, who isn't even a Bruin. Pick 15 and 16. Or you mean 16, 17, Barzal and Connor? Yikes. Good night, Lyndon. You need a lot of money to persuade Lankinen to be back up. He's better off starting for another team. I've left most of the Canucks groups on Facebook. I wouldn't mind if Rick used a timeout once in a while, to be honest with you. Yes, Brock was picked 23 in 2015 for sure. If Arizona wants to get a franchise going, that'll be one heck of a deal to land Matthews from Toronto to lead the New York Coyotes. Seeing Matthews and Kachina would be agreed. If Lankinen isn't healthy yet to go tomorrow, I shudder at the thought of Demko and this defense facing 2 of the top 3 scorers in the league in McKinnon and Rantanen. Yep. Besser's a must sign. He's a playoff monster. Do you think the Canucks could possibly get a winger or D player during the trade deadline? Depends on what they're willing to give up, Harry, but I think that's what they're looking for sure. I'm a Vegas fan. I like watching y'all. What do you think? Well, thank you, Vegas fan. You're always welcome here. What do you think the Canucks' future with Tocchet is? I really like him as a coach. Yeah, I like him too. I've always liked him, LT. But he doesn't have a contract past this year, so I really think Rutherford and Alvin are taking a wait-and-see approach. Do you need to do a detour to Vancouver with the line side on the highway? Sea to sky, not sea to shy, but I know what you're saying. Yes, there was closed for a bit today. I don't know if it's still closed for sure. Nucks 10 shots, 2 goals. Colorado 30 shots, 10 goals. Nice. What is that in the last what? Or is that your prediction? Goalies value are awful in trades. That's true. You never get fair value. Canucks scores. Brock needs help. Leckermack is needed, but not to replace Brock. 4-1 Canucks, says Shannon. Who would you trade to make the decor better? I think you got to do like I know James Moore suggested Hoglander and Joshua. I think Garland. It might take Garland or it might take Verlander, Leclerc, which I would hate to do. Canucks allowing 3 goals, perhaps. Yeah, I have a few Canucks jerseys, SGA. I have a few. Maybe New York will make a desperate move and we can run away with a steal, like the Desharnais and Hoglander for someone. All right, let's go for it. Are you going on after the game? Yes, 11 o'clock, Dan, tomorrow night from my office. When Marchand went after Hughes, I was bothered that no one other than JT jumped in and the bench didn't jump up and get animated. Yeah, but maybe they thought that Miller handled it okay. But that's a fair point, James. Who exactly? Forbert's the key. Lankinen is trade bait. His value is high, but do you give away that insurance? Are you worried about the defensive game when Demko's in net and the possibility of Demko. I did worry about Demko re-injuring himself when he came out to check Pasternak last night. But he wouldn't be playing if he didn't feel good. Do you think we will be wild card or get our game going? Because Vegas and Edmonton are doing great right now. I wanted to think I'd like to finish third, so much better than wild card, to be honest with you. But I don't know. If Lankinen isn't ready, would you start Shilovs? Nope. No way. I go Demko over Shilovs 100% of the time. Surprised that Forbort didn't play against Boston. He had the flu, Viper. Him and Lankinen were out with the flu. Yes, Mackie, I was on the screen. I talked about that earlier in the stream. You might not have been here yet. Score prediction 5-2 Canucks. I think the Coyotes will return one day under ownership of Phoenix Suns. Played on Suns Arena. Nice. 4-3 Canucks. Rank the core five in order who they could likely what? Swervin, I'm presuming you mean who they would likely trade. Actually, Swervin Irvin, ask it again. Ask it again, please, because I want to make sure that I'm answering the right thing. Yep, I've taken BC Ferries to both Victoria, Nanaimo, and to Gibson's. Yeah, Demko doesn't look like himself, but it's going to take a while. He even said that. Trade Shilovs, yeah, for what? Yeah, SGA, let's talk about this outside of the stream, please. Email me, whatever you need. Thank you. Call Trots and Dubas every day. Very fleeceable. All right, let's try it. How long will the flu keep Lankinen out? Hopefully it ends tomorrow. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, Viper. I wouldn't trade Shilovs. Hey, Clay, what do you think about the weather yesterday? It was pretty crazy. Power outages. Yep. I hope everyone was safe. Although I don't know her, but the lady that got killed in Surrey by a falling tree branch was the wife of a custodian at one of the Catholic churches, which was very sad. Wildcard spot would be a little disappointing. Yep, for sure. Max has been great so far, and he's earned Tocchet's trust already. NHL will span to 36 by mid-2030s. Atlanta, Arizona, Quebec, and Houston. I like it. What if the Phoenix Suns owners buys the land the Coyotes wanted by auction and created an NHL? Interesting. Makar Hughes for Norris. I think they're 50-50 right now. I think we obviously think it's Hughes. A lot of people think it's Makar, but I think when you dive in the stats, Hughes is more valuable to the team. I know that's not the question. It's most outstanding defenseman. I think it's 50-50, but it's gonna be one of those two guys for sure. Power outage at Rogers would be nuts. I don't know if there'd be panic but that would be interesting. Yeah, Blackwood, small improvement over Georgiev, but not much. Although I think he plays the Canucks really well. Wildcard spot won't be disappointing because Canucks are amazing on the road. Great point. All right. Rank the most likely to be traded for value. For value, considering contract, and I go Hughes number one for sure because he's got a great contract and he's awesome. I think Besser is the least. Demko secondly. I go Besser, Miller, Hughes, Miller, Pettersson, Demko only because he's a goalie, and Besser. When Hronek is back, who do you think will be sent down when he's back in the lineup? Oh, one of the defensemen, Friedman or Brandstrom, Gilson. Sabres, Canucks, blockbuster trade. PD Hogs and Demko for UPL, Power and Cousins or Benson. UPL, Lankin and tandem won't happen, but that would be a blockbuster. I don't know if the Canucks do that, but Power, Cousins, Benson. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tricky one. Keep an eye. Columbus relocation. Interesting. Yes, we do need to figure out how to win at home. Okay, that's good to know. As a Sharks fan, was a big fan of Blackwood. Yeah, he's not bad. We are very inconsistent for sure. Miller has value to the Rangers, says John. Exactly. All right, 2 or 3 more minutes, you guys. Have I heard an NBA specific arena is possibly being built in Vegas? Why can't a possible Vegas NBA franchise share T-Mobile? Good question. Maybe it doesn't have the same. I don't know. I don't know enough about stadiums and what they require to run both. Yeah, Justin mentioned that as well. Celebrini is amazing. Will Smith's going to be good, but Celebrini, some people are already saying he's going to be better than Bedard, which is great for Celebrini. Cousins for a bag of pucks. How about nephews and nieces? All right, guys, 2 more minutes. Give me your score. Okay, let's do this for the last 2 minutes. Give me your score prediction. Give me your first Canucks goal scorer. I'm going 5-2 Canucks. JT Miller scoring the first goal. How much is league average of a top 2 to 4 D-man? No, we can't afford it, Ryan, because you have to trade away so much quality to get him. But 2 to 4 D-man, anywhere between 4 to 7 million. Excuses stink, but have the Canucks had a fair shake this season? No, but they're not using excuses. They were remarkably lucky last season. Ownership management in Vegas. Thank you. Hawaii, that'd be amazing. Long flight though. Someone get Bedard and Celebrini home. All right, 6-4 Canucks, 5-3 Canucks Hughes, 5-3 Canucks JT, 3-2 Canucks Hughes, 2-1 Canucks. Nashville needs to relocate. 4-2 Canucks, my favorite score. Besser first goal. 4-2 Avs Sherwood, 4-2 Canucks Garland, 3-1 Canucks PD, 4-2 Canucks Juleson. Each team wants to control their revenue stream. Very good. 6-5 Colorado. Again, there's something we can talk about outside of this stream, SGA. But no, I will not. I don't care if the Canucks lose. I will not buy a San Jose Sharks jersey. That's not a good use of $300 for me. 7-1 Avs. 3-2 Van. 10-2 Colorado. Yikes. No problem, David. 4-3 Van and OT. What did James say? Oh, he's kidding. 5-4 Vancouver. Fillmore, we're okay. We're okay. I got it. Don't worry. Don't worry. 4-3 Canucks. PD scores first. And 10-1 Avs after jinx this. Love it. I'm going to end with James's 5-4 Canucks. DeBrus with the winner. Not the first goal, but with the winner. And yes, jerseys are 300 Canadian. Exactly. All right, friends. Thank you for being here tonight. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, as legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Tristyn Tallio, legendary Harry Ma, and legendary Andrew Chang, thank you for your support. Thanks to franchise and members as well, and thanks to Hall of Fame members as well. Welcome to our new members tonight, and thanks to all of you for watching, liking, subscribing. Make sure you like, subscribe, and you can leave a donation on the way out as well. Thanks to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Coach Patrick Blue, weight loss coach. And thanks to everyone who went above and beyond with their generosity. Legendary Lucas Gates with the 2 donations. Thank you. And Canuck Clay gifting 5 memberships. Reminder that my next show is tomorrow night, 11 p.m. post-game Canucks Colorado Avalanche. I'll be doing it from my office because I won't make it home to Richmond in time. I don't want to keep you waiting. And I will not be doing a meetup at the game tomorrow night as much as I want to, because it'll be tough to get around from where I'm sitting for the game tomorrow night. So I hope you all have a great day tomorrow, a great rest of the night tonight. Late monthly membership message from SGA. I'm doing fine, and thank you for loving my content. I appreciate that and look forward to collaborating in February on your channel. Happy belated birthday to J Kid. Happy early birthday to BC Beastly tomorrow, and to everyone else. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it and enjoy the game. Yes, as Viper said, Colorado Vancouver games are generally very, very entertaining games. All right, don't forget 11 p.m. That's when I will see you tomorrow night for our next show. In the meantime, stay safe. Oh, don't forget to rate this bad joke out of 10. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. And members, I'll be recording the Members Ask Me Anything video now as soon as I'm done, or in about 10 minutes. So you can look for that at 12:30 tonight or when you wake up tomorrow morning. Stay safe, stay healthy. I said this already. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Did you hear about the king who was only 12 inches tall? He was a terrible king, but a great ruler. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.